HomeFix is made possible on Idaho Public Television by Ponderosa Paint for the homeowner or professional painter, manufactured in the Northwest for over 40 years. By Cargo Plus Trailers by Circle J, trailers manufactured for small business and construction professionals to protect and transport your valuable stuff. And by Bosch Power Tools, engineered and designed for safety and durability to meet the needs for woodworking and the construction industry.
I gotta get some Christmas shopping done.
Yeah, we better get our shopping done. Oh, hey, you know, I've got an idea for a show.
What's that?
Why don't we do something let somebody else do for a change?
Oh, so we'd actually get a holiday
We
now?
actually won't have to work for the holidays. We'll do a holiday show, holiday decorating.
Good idea.
I like
Good
that.
idea.
Let's do that.
We could probably start right up here, huh?
Oh, yeah. Oh, hi, I'm Stan Mackey.
I'm Joe Prinn. Welcome to HomeFix.
We're going to do something special today. We're going to look at glass engraving. We're going to look at some home decorating.
Yeah.
Well, let's start off with the stained glass.
Stained glass, yeah.
Stained glass.
That's a really special art and a skill that is incorporated into a lot of homes, especially if it's a restoration of an older piece of property.
Growing popularity.
As well as some brand new stuff,
Sure,
just to
let's
bring
go.
some color in.
Hey, here's a place we can
Yep.
look at it right here.
Let's go right in here and talk to her. Would you look at all
This
this?
is pretty. Now, this will put you in the mood.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that color, too.
This is. Oh, this is great. Hi, Sherry.
Hi. How are
Joe,
you?
this is Sherry Lindley. She's going
Hi,
to tell
Sherry.
us
How
how
you
the
doing?
glass is made. She actually does all this.
You make all this?
Yes, we build all this stuff here in the Boise workshop.
All custom made?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
And look at this. Look at Stan. 3D.
3D. Look at the one on the wall with the boat.
Oh,
I work
man.
a lot with three-dimension. I've been doing it for, probably 15, 20 years.
And I always thought it was always had to be flat. But it
Well,
doesn't have to
nobody
be.
ever told me it couldn't be bent, so I do.
So this is more than just windows in churches and
Oh,
in
yeah.
old houses. You can use it
We
for all
can do
kinds of decorative things.
Decorative pieces, but we can also do this in houses.
Oh,
we
really?
can do some three-dimension in residential.
We'll have to go see that too. But you
Yeah.
want to know something?
What?
Let's go over and see how it's made to begin with.
Right, because you make all this at your
We make it
workshop.
at our workshop. This is the showroom. We
Okay.
do the work at the workshop.
Well, let's go over
That
there,
makes sense.
and you take us start to finish how you actually make
right.
stained glass windows.
Sounds
It's
good.
a deal.
Yeah, let's do
Okay,
it.
let's go.
After you.
No, I want to do some Christmas shopping
Ladies
first.
and gentlemen. Here we are. Oh boy, look. This is
Yeah.
something else. Is this something else?
Don't
Now
push on that.
Hey,
Careful.
hey.
That thing's probably 1,000 years old.
Oh, okay.
Well, not quite, but it's not
quite.
a very
It's
new
not
one.
new.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about some old stuff coming up here in a minute. But let's look at the process of actually putting now the little pieces of colored glass together in its leaded glory.
Okay.
That seems like a very detailed
It is.
layout.
Now you've transferred the drawing to the actual size.
I do the original drawing.
Okay.
And, yeah, you saw how that works. And
Right,
then
yeah.
we'll, we have a blueprint made because that's just an easy way to reproduce it.
Okay.
All right.
And then we make 3 copies of the blueprint. One of them we use to work on, build on, one we lay out, and the third one we actually cut into little pieces.
Oh.
And then tape the little pieces onto the colored glass, or the clear glass.
Uh-huh.
And then with the pattern taped on, we actually cut the piece of glass.
Oh.
And cutting is a misnomer because you score it and
Score
then
it and then
snap it.
snap
Look at that.
Wow.
I can't
That's
get straight lines, and she gets
It's curved
curved
things.
lines.
Yeah.
Now, is the glass that you use for this specially made for this purpose, or is it just regular glass, just in different colors?
It's made for this because people don't normally want something like this in the side of their
Yeah, well,
house.
yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
is it softer? Is it thicker? Or
It
thinner?
depends on the
or-
glass.
Okay.
Some of it is, some of it's softer, some of it is miserably hard, some's very brittle, some's very thin, some of the hand-blown glass is very, very thin.
Okay.
This transparent glass that we're using here is probably a little thinner than the colored, just because it's of the particular way it's
Okay.
made.
Okay. Now, how come you don't have Band-Aids all over you?
Well,
She's more careful than some of us.
See,
I don't do as much of this
I took the
fabricating.
Band-Aid off, you see
the
that?
whole
It's all
thing
healed.
about this show that has really scared me is that there's sharp objects around here and stand.
I see, okay, so
So that's why we'll stay over here.
should we put his hands in his pocket?
Yes, put it.
That's a good idea. That's not a bad plan, in fact.
Okay, so this
Oh,
is being
actually-
laid out on this
Yeah.
blueprint.
And the pieces have all been cut and laid out here. You see all the numbers here?
Yes,
Well, that's obvious because who would want 100 and
Oh, my
some
goodness,
pieces
yes.
of glass that you
Okay,
couldn't
so
identify?
it's numbered on the blueprint, and you actually number the
Number
pieces
on the
of
piece
glass.
of glass,
Okay.
yeah. Because if one of these gets misplaced,
Uh-huh.
I don't want to have to play jigsaw
Oh.
puzzle figuring out
There
where
you
it
go.
goes.
So you could actually mix that all up now, and you know where it goes.
Oh, yeah.
We ought to try something like that when we're putting stuff together.
Number it? No, that's no fun. That's too easy, huh?
That'd make too much sense.
Okay. Now they're held in there with
They're held in there by horseshoe nails.
horseshoe
Little bits
nails.
of
Yeah,
lead and
just-
horseshoe nails.
I thought I recognized those.
And there's a reason for that. Horseshoe nails have a flat side, so you can put them in against either the glass or the other lead, and you don't get little notches that a round nail would do.
There you go.
And you don't put a stress point on the glass itself.
Wow. Okay. I was wondering if maybe we was coming up with another use for zip ties.
Well,
There are
maybe
some
not.
very, very small pieces
Yes,
in
there
there.
are.
Look at those two right there. They're just teeny tiny.
Tiny little pieces.
This technology goes back, what,
Hundreds
500,
of
600
years.
years?
Yeah.
At least.
And the original purpose for figuring out a way to put glass together with some connector was because they couldn't get big pieces of glass, and they couldn't transport them. They couldn't make them,
Yeah.
so they figured out a way to use the little pieces.
And they'd actually make these
They
on
could
site.
build windows with little pieces of glass.
Okay.
I've heard that people will save pieces of glass out of previous houses that they've lived in or something that's sentimental. Then do they bring that to you and say, make something out of
Yeah,
all this
we've done
glass?
that. Yeah, we've done
Oh,
that.
okay.
In fact, I just recently did a piece, designed and built a piece made out of beach glass.
Oh, beach glass.
Yeah, all that stuff that washes
Rolls
up on the beach.
and
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never heard of that before.
Yeah.
yeah, haven't you ever been out on the beach and seen little bits of shells, but also
He's
little
never seen the
scraps of
ocean.
glass?
I've never
You've never been to
seen
the ocean? Okay.
Yeah.
You
No.
can probably find it up at Lucky Pete too, because I'll bet there are a lot of bottles get dumped. in
Mostly is beer and whiskey bottles.
there. Well, but after they roll
Glass
in
is
the sand,
glass.
they're pretty.
Glass is
Yeah.
glass.
That ankle bracelet he wears doesn't let him travel that far. So that's,
Okay. Well, on that note, you're working on a special project that we want to talk about now.
Okay. Let me
You're
get a
doing
nail in that
all
so it
right.
doesn't go
Hold
away.
it together. You're
Now,
working.
wait, before
Wait a
she
minute.
finishes that.
What?
So then you've got to solder all these
Yes,
together.
every joint is soldered.
Hand soldered. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Up there's the iron. Do you want to
Oh,
see
with this.
that?
Oh, yeah.
Why, that's hot.
I know it. That's why I'm holding it on the hot protector part.
Well, yeah, there's a handle, but
Be careful,
some of
he'll
us
shove
are,
that in his pocket.
Some
when
of
he's
us
done.
aren't too smart. Some of us have been known to do that,
Oh.
and I'm one of them. Let's see. I need
Okay.
the flux first.
Okay, some flukes.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
that is just to.
Yeah. Solder flux. That evens out the heat, doesn't it?
It cleans it.
Oh, it does?
And I'm just putting a few dabs
How do you
there.
like
So
that?
do you do one side of this
Yes.
and then flip it over and do the other? Okay,
Exactly.
all right. I was
Okay,
wondering how
all right.
that passed through.
But I'm going to just do a few joints here just
All right.
for you to see.
Because normally you wouldn't do this until
No,
the
not
whole
until it's
panel is
completed.
done.
Oh, I see.
So see, we're rushing her here.
And actually, I have someone else who's fabricating this one, so but she knew I was going to mess it up for her.
Yeah. Don't look like you're messing anything up to me.
Okay, so
Boy,
that
I
just-
wish I could solder like that.
yeah, look at that.
Oh my goodness.
Now is that a special solder that you use?
It's this in 60/40.
Okay.
Believe
Stained
yes.
glass
Stained
solder.
glass solder.
60/10,
Stained glass
yeah.
solder.
Well, that's because it.
Oh,
Make-
you got it as
it's
stained
good
glass.
advertising,
Oh, I
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Is that silver solder?
No, tin lead.
tin lead.
Tin and lead,
60/10.
okay.
40 lead.
Hmm.
Let's see. where's another one?
Wow.
Yeah, look at that. Just flows right on there.
I know it. Isn't that something?
Now is that actually penetrating down into the joint a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Oh, neat.
When it's turned, sometimes you'll find that it's run clear through.
So this one's for a lodge
Mm-hmm.
where, so this is going to all be just a big pine tree with the lodge next to it and the sun, and oh, that's neat.
Is this a hanger upper on, or is it going to go into something?
No,
That's
it's
what
going
this is
into that
for.
frame right
It's going
there.
into that frame. Oh, that's what that frame is.
See, that's going to go in there.
That'll be nice.
And is this just going to hang in a window then, or is this
I
going to
guess
be
so,
a?
yeah. It's for a client, I believe it's just to be hung free hung in the window.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Neat.
And we
Now-
can get various frames and,
Stan mentioned that you've done some very special restoration
Yes.
type of work. Can you show us some of that?
I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is one that just came out of a residence. We're doing that restoration. But the exciting one's over here on the other table.
Yeah, let's go take a look at that.
This is an interesting old piece though. Has some beautiful bevels in it.
So how old is this here?
I don't
So you
know.
tell me not to touch it.
I'm just touching. I'm not like throwing body weight onto it.
Oh, okay.
It's probably a turn of the century. I don't know. I don't know when the house was
So
built.
that's almost 100 years.
Yeah. Now this is beveled.
Beautiful beveled glass.
So do you have the capabilities, like if one of these was missing, that you could redo this?
Theoretically, yes, I
Okay.
have, but I don't. I have it done because there are other
okay.
people who can do that a
You
lot
give
more
them
efficiently than I
yeah,
can.
there's some special tooling
Yes.
to do that.
Oh yeah, it's very special and very specialized work, and I hire it done. You notice that we have this all numbered too,
Yes.
Just in case, huh?
Just in case something falls out, you
because
know
for
where
it
it goes.
start. And now in this particular piece, and it'll be the same thing in the other one here. There are some pieces we can't replace the glass, can't match it. It's
Right.
too old, so we do it. We'll glue it to
Oh,
retain its
actually glued.
authenticity.
The glass together?
So anybody that does have some stained glass in their home, if there's ever some damage done to it, they need to save every little
Every
piece just in
If it's
case.
too badly damaged, there's not much we can do, but
Sure.
if there's just, small breaks. Now in this one, none of the bevels are broken. Those could not be glued very well because it would show.
Right.
But in this textured glass,
Some of the milky glass
it's not going
could.
to show. But the bevels I would have replaced. I would have
That
those.
would be tricky because
That would
as,
be,
as
yeah.
sunlight passes through there, if one was darker than the other or
Definitely
lighter,
show
it would
up.
really show up.
Yeah.
And texture
that's
can be
nice.
very different. That's
Okay.
a pretty old
Come on,
piece.
I want to go look at the window.
All right, I know you've been
wanna
waiting.
see
You've been
this.
waiting.
I am so excited about this project of the restoring of the
great project.
church
It's a neat
for the Black History Museum. I just
You wanna
everything
see it.
connected with it. I'm just so excited
All
about it.
right. Well, this is the project I was telling you guys about. This
Yeah.
is one of the panels from the old St. Paul Baptist Church that used to sit down on Broadway
Yeah.
near East Junior High.
This is in Boise.
Here in Boise, a little white church, and it was built by a black congregation here in Boise,
Oh, okay.
and it was built in probably the 1920s.
Wow.
And they have recently, the congregation is now in a new location. This little tiny church has been moved. It already sits in Julia Davis Park. And I heard that it was lowered onto its foundation last week, so it's in the restoration
So it is
process.
sitting there. Okay.
Yeah, when I was
It is
down
there.
to the Museum Comes Alive Day, they had it there and they were working on the front steps on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been moved and it's down on its foundation now.
And that's going to be the Idaho Black History Museum.
Black History Museum.
And the
much
windows
of
were in bad shape.
The windows were in
Windows-
bad shape.
we have
And
one
here's
of
an example.
This is.
Geez, he's handling.
Yeah, let me take one
She's
side.
got a hold
He
of it.
scares me.
They're going to fix them anyway. Okay.
Well, what's with this little bump out? Is that supposed to be there?
That's not supposed to be there. That's
Oh,
called
so
the
this is
effect
pushing
of
out.
gravity.
Oh, okay.
This was the lower section. These are all double hung windows.
Uh-huh.
This is the lower section, and probably has been raised and lowered and occasionally slammed.
Now, what's with these steel rods that are in here and the wire ties?
These are reinforcing bars. They help carry the weight of the window, and if they had, they did do their job for quite a while.
Right.
But then see, so many of these are broken.
Oh, these were attached here.
Oh, they're
Okay.
supposed to be in like that.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, I can see where they
help
were
carry
soldered.
the weight of the window.
That one was there. That one was
okay.
there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there you
And see,
go.
here's some broken ones down here.
I see.
So you'll put something like
We
that
will
back
put
into
these all
it.
back in, yes. And you can see, I don't know if the camera can catch that,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you can see that that's sagged to the point where there's
It's actually
light.
light and space in there, air coming through there.
This whole thing's dropped down about a quarter of an inch then.
And that's where
Okay,
the
that's
bolt
why.
comes
All
from.
right.
Okay.
That makes
That
sense.
explains the
But
bump.
when we put it back together, we rebar it back into place.
Well, what's there? What you've got your hand on? What's with all the
That is
silicone?
Silicone.
Oh.
Someone has tried to keep the glass in there, which was a good move. I
Well,
mean,
yeah,
they
it
are
kept it at
trying-
least falling out and
Yeah,
breaking.
because it was, see, there's a breakage here.
Yeah.
It is sagging and is falling out, but,
Oh, okay, so this got pushed out because they couldn't get the pieces back in there,
oh
so
yeah.
they just
yeah.
put them where they were.
They just stuck them, yeah.
What is your philosophy about the use of duct tape and silicone?
Well, silicone particularly, I think, should be only sold by prescription. And in order to get the qualifications to write the prescription, you have to have first removed it from glass for about, at least 10 or 12 hours straight.
Comes
running.
off hard. Huh?
So you're gonna have to disassemble and clean all those
We'll
pieces.
have to take it off, and
Yeah.
the silicone that is down into the texture of the glass.
that's
you know
gonna be
what the
hard to
dentist
clean.
does to your teeth?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you
That's
did
what
to
we
glass.
use.
Scrape it
dental
out.
tools.
Yeah.
So this one here then,
If we turn this around, you can see something kind of interesting back here.
So the one that's on your work surface here, it was like this at
Yep.
one time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look at, they got paint all over it.
There's the
see
leading
the
coming
lead's
out right
coming
there.
apart?
The leading's coming
Yeah.
out right there.
And you can really see the damage here.
Oh, yeah.
All falling apart. inside.
Okay.
Some of the glass was broken. And
Mm-hmm.
since it's very, very difficult to replace, we have glued it. This one hasn't been cleaned up yet.
Yeah,
It's
but you
been-
can barely see it, barely see
Very
it though.
good gluing
In fact,
job.
when you had that on the other side, I didn't see it
Yeah.
at
See
all.
it at all there. Yeah.
The texture conceals it. Now, these pieces would not glue well because it would show.
They're too transparent.
And we fortunately have been able to find that glass.
Good.
The company that makes the glass is still in business. The problem with
No
matching
kidding.
these is the difference in
So you've got suppliers then that cater to your industry that can provide you with all this. Do you send them a sample and
Yes,
they
that's exactly what
and
we
they
do.
match it up? Okay. Wow.
We've
Wow.
sent samples off. In fact, that piece that's laying up there on the corner that has a little notch out of it.
Yes,
This
right
one.
there. Don't move it.
It's okay. It's
Oh.
not. It's
Oh,
not
I
You broke it!
No,
You
I
broke
didn't.
it!
No, I didn't. It was that way.
it was already broken. He didn't do it. But you can blame it on him. It's okay.
Sure, any chance I get.
Yeah, because that, if you don't have that piece, you can't
Yeah.
fill that in.
And so we sent that off and have
Okay.
a match.
They
a
have
match.
matched. They have matched that.
Sort of. It's
Sort
it's
of,
not
close,
it's
okay.
not perfect, but we can get by with it.
This is going to be neat to someday
Yeah.
see these in that
Restore the old
building
windows, yeah.
in all their glory, all done.
So this is the old stuff. Now, what can you do with new windows and new houses and stuff that people are just building?
Oh, lots of things.
There's good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's go take a look at
Let's
some
go
of that
look at
stuff.
some.
Now for that though, we need to go down to
A house where they've done it.
okay.
We're going to actually see it installed.
trip,
Field
field
trip. Field trip.
Well,
Let's
thanks.
go.
Okay.
Thanks.
Now we're going to see it in place.
Yep.
You did these windows and
Yes, we
sidelights.
did these windows and side lights, the arch and side lights.
Boy, now that's an entryway.
Well, that's an entrance to a house, ain't it?
It is.
Wonderful.
Can we go in?
I think so.
We can go in there.
Okay. Whoa. Boy, look at this place. Boy, this is pretty.
Okay.
This is a lovely home.
Now this was constructed
is.
just like the regular stained glass was, only this is just all clear.
It's all clear, using combination of clear glass and bevels. You can see the waviness in it. It's
here's
it's
the
a
bevels and here's the
a
clear little pattern.
semi-antique glass that has
there's-
the texture.
There's two different metals. This one's
Yes.
brass, and this is a lead.
Right. I often use a combination of brass and lead just for the aesthetic effect.
So this was all custom made then? This isn't just one of those that you order in from a door
No.
company? Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw how it was made.
Yeah.
That's exactly the same way.
So did you worked with the customer here to
Oh, yes,
design
very
this
much,
on
yes.
paper and then?
In fact, I work very closely with the client. They come to me with some kind of an idea.
Yeah.
Then I do some sketches, then we go back to it. We may go back and forth 2 or 3 times.
Well, you did a lot in this
Oh,
home
yeah.
for this
yes,
particular
we've done several
customer.
things for the Allens.
What you did, a pantry door? We'll take a look at that.
Cabinet
You did
doors.
some cabinet, some doors with windows in the cabinets.
And then another leaded panel in the
Leaded
closet.
panel in the closet. Yeah, we can just take a quick look at
Yeah.
some of those.
Gosh, what a beautiful home.
Isn't that nice?
Let's take a look.
Okay, here's the pantry door.
My gosh.
Wow,
You saw the 3-dimension in the showroom
Yes.
earlier on, and this also has some 3-dimension in it.
It does. The tips of the tulips
The
are
two
sticking
tulips are coming out.
There's a point, that's actually kind of sharp.
Yeah, There are a lot
Wow.
of
Now
points.
this is the reinforcement here.
That is
we saw
reinforcement, yes.
in the windows from the church.
Yes.
So what
So
we
it's actually been made part of the pattern.
I designed it as a part of the design itself.
So what we see is the fence rails in the pattern actually have structural value
Yes,
for the
very
whole
definitely.
panel.
We needed that in this area particularly if you were to push on this door going through.
Yeah.
Sure.
You wouldn't want to push on the glass itself.
I wouldn't push on that door. I would starve before I would open that door.
You'd be afraid to. Well, that's probably good.
Yeah.
That's for a pantry.
That's
Wow.
right.
Yes.
That makes this kitchen though, I mean, it brings
does
so
it?
much color into here.
Doesn't
and-
it?
Well, and as you come into the entry, see you look down
Yeah,
the
right
hall,
down
and
the
it's
hall. Yeah, all
right.
the way down the
It's the
hallway.
end of the hall.
Beautiful.
It-
Take a look at this over here.
Oh, the cabinet
See this?
doors? Yeah,
See this?
yeah. Well, look at the woodwork in this
Yeah.
house too.
Isn't that pretty?
Uh-huh.
Beautiful.
Boy, the brass and this is walnut.
Yeah.
Boy.
And see, again, I've used the combination of the brass and the lead, but in this one, the lead has had a verdigris finish that gives it a little different effect.
I see a recurring pattern here. Does this lady like tulips?
Quick? You're quick?
Tulips everywhere.
Yes.
at that.
Yes, when we started working with the house, we wanted some kind of a continuity, and she wanted to go with the tulips. You can see it in their
In the tile work too, and in the decorating.
I'm afraid to shut that door. I know. It just makes me nervous.
Well, look at, see, they've got the big enough hinges to support the extra weight that the glass does, because this is probably heavier than
Oh,
if
yeah.
it was a
Oh,
wood
yes,
panel.
that's heavy.
Yeah.
Sure, that's heavy stuff.
So you mounted this in there
Got
using
lead
these
in it.
tabs. So if it ever did have to come out, it could.
Easy to take out.
Wow, look at
It
that.
can be taken out and cleaned or, refinished, painted.
Yeah,
with-
speaking of taking out, let's take a quick look at the window in the closet.
Okay.
That when the gentleman who owns the house had the window put in, he actually has it hanging on hooks. So the window can be
It can
removed.
be removed easily.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, look, mirrors. Oh, I get to see a lot of me. Look.
Yeah, turn around and look at the back view
I
though.
like. Oh, I like that.
That's scary.
That's pretty.
I
Yeah.
don't want to see any more of me than I do.
With all this glass,
Yes.
now this could be etched and engraved
Certainly,
also,
certainly.
and a pattern could be brought into here. And you said we were going to get to see that.
We're going to check that out. Glass engraving, wood engraving, all kinds of engraving you can do to your house.
Ah, another decorative touch
Another
to make it
decorative
special.
touch, yeah.
Thank you. This
Thank
has been
you.
great.
Thank you,
It's been
Sherry.
great.
That
We've got a
was
lot-
really nice.
Enjoyed showing me
Thank
through.
you.
A lot better feel for all the work that goes into doing stained glass now.
It's,
Yeah.
Pay a little more attention to it.
Yeah.
there's a lot of time and labor that goes
Plus
into
give you
it.
some nice decorating ideas.
Boy, it does.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's go.
let's head over to the engravers.
Oh, here we go.
This is a glass decorative piece, and we use primarily two methods. We can do a hand engraving, which is the hand engraving setup, and we do sandblasting. And either works equally well depending on the effect you want. This will be a decorative mirror to go in a frame to go over a fireplace.
Oh, okay. So that artwork then, that was something that you had that now, well, just show us how you do it.
The
Show us.
artwork is basically only limited by the imagination of the customer. We have a lot of artwork. They can provide their own. We work these up on the computer and then actually produce it onto a stencil sheet.
Okay.
The stencil sheet is then applied to the glass in this case, and then this will be hand etched through the glass.
So is the process the same then if you were doing a bottle or a plaque or
It could be if
anything?
you wanted it hand engraved. Now for sandblasting, for trophies and awards, we do quite a bit with marble. This is a marble piece that's set up to sandblast. Once again, it was produced, the artwork on the computer on a special photographic process. This is actually a film, and
Oh, that blue is a film.
is a film, yes.
okay,
And
okay.
It's a UV produced film. We go in, we set up the artwork, and this is a trophy for a bass club that's done on the marble itself. At this point, we will, once it's set up to this stage, we go to the sandblast cabinet, sandblast it, and we'll cut into the marble, and then you have the choice. You can leave it like this, or you can leave it, do an inlay.
Okay.
Gold or gold
Oh, okay.
works really well.
So then all this is peeled away from it,
Yes.
and then when we see those pieces of marble or glass that have the sand finish, it's actually the opposite of what we see here is what's left behind.
Exactly.
Now, you do a lot of these for special events.
Special events.
Weddings and anniversaries.
Exactly, corporate awards, presentations.
Wow. Well, I saw that bottle here.
Yeah, that bottle that you've been doing special for that. Yeah.
There's somebody's special bottle for their,
Do that
oh,
with
look,
our-
it's dated and
We
everything.
did that with our champagne bottle we had for our first show.
Yeah,
Sure.
that'd be
That
good.
was nice, yeah. Yeah, anything else you can think of we might be able to get.
Well, look what he made.
HomeFix, that's us.
Fresh hot coffee in it, too.
Yeah.
Hey, what a deal.
I got little wolf prints. You notice how wolves eat fish?
This has been a really interesting show.
Yeah, it has. Thanks, Alan.
Thank you.
This is neat.
Thank you.
This is going to help us out with a lot of our customers,
It really
too, knowing
thank you.
that,
Yeah.
knowing that you can do this.
Hey, and that's it for this episode of HomeFix. We hope you've enjoyed it. We've sure enjoyed to bring it to you.
Yeah. Have a happy holidays, and if you're watching this in the reruns, I don't know, pick a holiday that's nearby.
Yeah, it's happy anyway.
I'm Joe Prin.
I'm Stan Mackey.
We'll see you right here on the next episode of HomeFix.
Bye.
This is just neat. I want to play with that drill.
Play with
Sure.
no,
Can I play with that?
don't
Can I
play
try?
with
Press the foot pedal and...
This would be good therapy for you.
I gotta bring my 66 over here.
Okay, now I want to do some drilling.
You can write your name on the glass where the stuff isn't there and...
No, open up. Open up. Come here.
Get him away from me.
HomeFix is made possible on Idaho Public Television by Ponderosa Paint for the homeowner or professional painter, manufactured in the Northwest for over 40 years. By Cargo Plus Trailers by Circle J, trailers manufactured for small business and construction professionals to protect and transport your valuable stuff. And by Bosch Power Tools, engineered and designed for safety and durability to meet the needs for woodworking and the construction industry.